Okay, so new day. Today I only have one meeting in the afternoon, um, which is good. It means that my day is actually clear to do a bunch of work. I just have to keep my ankle up and get on with things. So the first thing I need to get done this morning actually is a bunch of art briefs for the various um, high pledge tier rewards. People got to make their own artifact to get added into the book, like a magical artifact or a holy relic, etc. So I've got all of the briefs through from them now, and what they're wanting. We've written them up. So now I need to send off the briefs to Sarah, one of our artists, to get all those done. So that'll take a wee bit of time first thing. Then after that I can sit down and continue writing. So it's going to be a big day of just head down and see how we get on. Today I'm going to try out, I've got this, stole this from the kitchen, which is an hour-long sand timer. I don't know, is this something? Can I put this in front of the camera while I'm writing and it'll be interesting to see an hour fly by? I don't know. Let's find out together. One of the things I struggle with the most when I'm trying to be creative is finding that flow state where the words come easy and I can just churn out hundreds, thousands of words in an hour. It feels sometimes like the stars need to align. And when it does, I feel incredibly protective of it. Like every minor interruption, every inconvenience is an affront to the creative process. For example, when you're trying to record a video and the cat just really wants your attention. Hello. Yeah, things like that can really disrupt your flow state. Be it a meeting or a very admittedly cute kitten, I can get really frustrated when I'm pulled out of my flow state. So thankfully today was very good for my flow state. I kind of slipped into it this morning, got warmed up doing all of the art briefs, and then I just kept going. I didn't record much of it because I was in my flow state, but I got a lot of writing done. I got a lot of great progress, and it's really kind of turned my mood around for this week. I was really starting to feel quite, put down from the ankle problems and being so busy with meetings and everything. Today really made up for that, so I'm really happy there. But I promised that we would look at some books today, specifically some paper. So I have got some books here and we're just going to look at them and talk about different types of paper, because I feel like we don't talk about paper enough in role-playing games. When you are looking at a YouTube video or whatever that's reviewing role-playing games, so often the focus is always on the mechanics. It's on the world and the narrative and how you roll dice and all this sort of stuff. And it kills me because so much love and attention and care goes into the creation of these books as physical artifacts that you can hold. And paper stock is just one small aspect that I wish people would talk about more. So, like, for example, 1 second. Let me pull you around here. I have arrayed before me a collection of books that I think use their paper quality to really interesting and different ways. I'll obviously start with, the big dragon in the room. Let's take a look at the Dungeon Master's Guide for 5th edition. I think this is technically out of date now, but hey, that's how these things go. And I think for a lot of people who play role-playing games, these kind of large, hardback, US letter, D&D style books are kind of the norm. It's what they expect. And the paper stock is it's serviceable. It's normally like a silk finish, so it's not very glossy, but it's also not got much texture. Your fingers just kind of glide over it, Let me get you some ASMR paper. it's not too thick, not too thin. I feel like the paper stock on these books, they're good quality, but it doesn't really say anything. The form factor is not really the point with these kind of books. I feel they have an agreed upon hardback glossy cover sort of vibe, and it's fine, but it's a good baseline to work from. So if we take a look over here at Slug Blaster, which is a book that uses the paper stock, and they ramp up the glossiness and the GSM, so it's thicker paper and it's glossier. You can see just the way the light catches on it there, and everything is designed to be this sort of, it's a book about teens going on extra-dimensional adventures, and a lot of it feels like teen magazine sort of stuff. It's this thick, glossy photo paper with adverts in it, and it's all so glossy and shiny and thick, and it really just kind of sells home this this magazine vibe. And again, some paper ASMR. So it gives that vibe. When you're reading it, that paper choice helps sort of pull you into the world a little bit of big, bright, colorful boxes, Nickelodeon style, like splats and art and all this sort of stuff, and the paper just helps pull you in there. Really cool. Next up, Salvage Union. So they're this is like a post-apocalyptic mech game, and the Salvage Union guys do some really interesting stuff. You see the spot UV on the cover there. It may look like this book is beat up, but this book is brand new. But by using their color layer and the spot UV on the corners here, they've made it look like this is a beat up book, like it's an old workshop manual, a Haynes manual, just by clever use of the paper stock and the UV. So this is uncoated, and then this is coated and spot UV'd. Very easy to do from a technical standpoint, but really lands home. And the actual paper itself, it's still quite thick. I think this is maybe 120 GSM, but it's uncoated, so it feels warm. It's uncoated, it's not even glossy. You could write on this very easily. This is the type of paper that will naturally pick up a lot of dirt and stains and whatnot. It's intentionally not water resistant, and the actual graphic treatment they've done is enhanced this, so the book looks well worn when you open it up. There's little scuffs and stains, and it's got stickers throughout, but again, it's all just fake, it's all just worked in. But altogether, as you're reading it, it makes it feel like you're reading this old beat up workshop manual, and it makes it it's a really lovely artifact to have that really properly puts you in the world. I feel like I can tell my players that they find this book sitting in their mech hangar, and they can go through and pick everything and whatnot. Even the very, very intense distressing on the spine and whatnot. There we go, that's the focus. It's just, it's really spot on. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. And another one, which I'm obsessed with right now, is Doomsong. So they've got this nice full leather cover on here, and the goal here is gothic. It is to make something that feels like it's a Bible or a religious tome that you would pull off of a shelf. So it's got this nice warm cover, and on the inside the paper is uncoated, and it is so thin, you can see the images bleeding through with how thin this paper is, which a lot of, you can see the illustration from the backside bleeding through here, because I reckon this is maybe 90 GSM or something. It's very, very thin, but by being so thin, it has that sort of cheap, uncoated Bible feel to it. It's gorgeous. That it feels again like an artifact of this world, this mass-produced sort of early uncoated paper sort of vibe, and the book's so warm to the touch and has so much texture in it. And I'm in love with this paper choice. I really think that the folk over at Caesar Ink have done they pay attention to all these little details. Get some really thin paper ASMR. I don't know if there's any ASMR paper sickos out there, but yeah, there we go. So we have, that's just using paper alone. Whether it's coated, silk coated, gloss coated, we have 4 very different books that all give completely different vibes when you're reading them, when you're handling them. And those kind of vibes can just really help you sink in and, get really ready and warmed up to play a role-playing game. Okay, have you had enough of me nerding out about paper for now? Maybe I'll do more, I don't know, there's so much. It's one of these aspects of making role-playing games that don't get talked about a lot, but it's so important to me. And especially with this push to digital with everything, there is so much that I think can get lost in the manufacturing of artifacts of these beautiful things. I just want to make sure that the books that I'm making are gorgeous and feel good in your hands and look great on a shelf and are really pleasant to read, to sit down and read. It's just, yeah, so anyway, I am very tired. It's been a long day, so I am going to go for now. But I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to nerd out about tomorrow, but we'll figure it out together. Alright, bye for now.